Champagne flowed in Hong Kong last night, but the authorities in Beijing could be the ones feeling hungover today. Pro-democracy groups won a landslide victory in local elections this Sunday. The vote was widely seen as a referendum on the anti-government protesters that have been rocking the city for the past 6 months. It was an unusually calm weekend in Hong Kong as more than 70% of voters turned out to cast their ballot. Pro-democracy candidates secured nearly 90% of district council seats, and today several of them headed to the Polytechnic University, the epicentre of the latest unrest. They were surrounded by supporters and confronted police at the besieged campus, demanding humanitarian assistance for the protesters still holed up inside. The activists have been unwilling to step out for fear of being charged with rioting, which can carry a 10-year prison sentence. Hong Kong's leader, Carrie Lam, said her government respected the results and hoped for a return to peace and order. I discussed the situation with City Councillor Bonnie Leung. She did not run in this election, but she's held a seat since 2015, and she says the polls have sent out a message of hope to the people of Hong Kong.
Well, first of all, I believe this landslide win is expected by no one, even the most optimistic people. So finally, after months of protest and sacrifice, a lot of blood and sweat, finally, Hong Kong people allow ourselves to celebrate a bit and relieve a bit. So the message is very clear, I believe, that Hong Kong people has voiced out that they support this movement. They see this district council election as de facto referendum, and they supported the 5 demands. So now is for the police, the Hong Kong government and Beijing government's turn, that if they are willing to listen to people's voices, and if they're willing to back down and listen to the 5 demands and really respond to our 5 demands.
Do you think that the legislators are going to do that, though, the 5 demands? Do you think the desires of the protesters are going to be listened to through these new positions? Because really, there's not a lot of power that these candidates have got.
True. So now it really is talking about how smart the Hong Kong government and Beijing government is, because if they really want to solve everything peacefully, as they claim, then they really have to listen to these people's voices. Otherwise, as you said, the district council by nature is only an advisory body, but it also has the power to, well, have 117 seats in the Chief Executive Selection Committee a few years later. So this is advisory body, but at the same time, they have some power of choosing the next chief executive. So they simply cannot just ignore these newly elected people.
What is the mood like on the streets of Hong Kong after this election? Are people feeling more buoyant now? Are they feeling more optimistic?
Well, obviously, this election result gave us a lot of hope, because once again, Hong Kong people show how much support they have for the movement and how they are unwilling to leave anyone behind, especially now the people who are trapped in Polytechnic University. So we are still united, we're still as one, even though in the past few weeks there are more controversies in this movement. But now we're still staying strong, we still have the momentum, and people are still talking about the same demands. So Hong Kong people are, well, feeling a little bit more hopeful. But as I said, it is now very important for the Hong Kong governments and Beijing governments to react in a smart way.